Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Malar from Hearts&Minds Development Center. I hope you guys are feeling fine. Welcome, and it's lovely to have you back as usual. Wow, we have a couple of people who have joined us. Tinakaran Arumugam, Tina Anthony, hi. Thank you for joining us. We are waiting for a couple of people to join us. So this is our series, which is Hi Faz, being whole, being me. So what does it mean to be being whole, being me, right? For those who have joined us all along in the last couple of weeks, we are striving to bring on real stories, right? What I say, imperfect people, bringing on perfect stories to your space because we want to meet the people who are living their life in a way that, we can learn, we can get inspired and just enjoy the joy of life. So thank you very much. Hi, Faz. I'm just going to invite and say hello to a couple of people. Hi, Shanmuganathan. Hi, Dato Gopinath. That's one of my first ex-bosses. So thank you very much for joining. Hi, Rebecca. So thank you for joining us. Today is a day that I've been dreaming of for a while. Now, why dream? I met this amazing lady called Raja Zura, whom I'm going to introduce to you shortly, right? And what is so special about her? I met her at a conference, first Tulip conference. She was just sitting beside me. And then when she went on stage, the stage was on fire. Suffice to say that, after listening to what she had to share in her story, my state changed forever. And it's amazing. I think it's been more than 2 years since I met her. And she's never failed to amaze me with her story and with the way she lives her life. And today I'm very, very grateful that she said yes to me to bring her story up, because I really think you need to meet this miracle who live among us in Malaysia. Just as I bring you up, let me just say hi to Veronica. And if you have questions, put up your questions, because this is going to be an exciting space. So if you had read, we are talking to Raja Azura, the gift of imperfection, right? Imperfection is something all of us struggle with. But here's an athlete who gave away her most precious gift for her voice to run for a cause instead. So if you're curious, and I hope you're curious, what is this precious gift? Why did she give it away? And what's the cause that she is running? I gave away my most precious gift to find my voice. Please put your hands together to bring up our dear Azura.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Hi, Malar. How is this, Malar? You?
I'm very good. So again, you've heard all the thank yous. Thank you once again, officially, Raja, for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the invitation to bring me on your series program. Truly honored to be here, and truly happy to share whatever that I can share with the audience, surely.
Nice. Alia says hello. Faz Kamar says hello to you.
Hello. Yeah, I saw some familiar names. Dato Alia, Faz. Lots of people from LinkedIn and also Facebook joining. Hello, everyone. Hope that you'll be having a good time with us today for about an hour or so.
Yeah. Thank you. Very nice. So let's get started, because, one of my favorite things to do with you and with everybody that I bring on board is really, getting the stories up, right? So tell us a little bit about, let's get to know you. Like, you are so many things. All right. In the corporate world, you're doing so many things. In the foundational world, you're doing so many things. In the social work, that you're doing a lot of things. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, a bit about your childhood, and then we'll go into your corporate life. So tell us a little bit about your childhood.
All right. I'm Azura. You just can call me Azura. quite numbers of the student that I know or the youth that I've been working with. They call me Umi. I'm 48 years old. Was born in Kedah and currently staying in Kuala Lumpur. Um, when I was small, when we talk about imperfection, I wasn't being born perfect. I'm a cleft person, and I had gone through a journey that later on we will be sharing about the journey, and also some of the lessons learned from the journey as well. Um, Trying to be a better person in whatever way that I can. Um, After I graduated, I actually worked with an accounting firm, and I'm an accountant by profession. But after that, I found a different love on work. So I become a HR practitioner before I was called to head or establish one new foundation called Yayasan Peneraju. And that is where, the profession of the passion turns to profession, where I managed to actually do something that I really love. Working with youth, giving back, because that is a nation building career for 7 years. Managed to actually groom about 25,000 students under Yayasan Peneraju. Before that, I take a break and start thinking about what do I want to do in life. There are three key turning points in life that maybe later on we'll be sharing that as well, in terms of how things has changed for me throughout the years of the journey of life. And currently, then I decided to do my MBA after working for quite some time. That quite some time is equivalent to 20 years plus lah. Yeah. Do my MBA. I just completed my MBA and I passed. Recently, the result came out about 1 week ago. Yay. I did it. Yeah.
You did it.
Yay. Yeah.
All the sweat was worth it.
And now I'm into social entrepreneurship. So another journey for me as well, to see how can I actually continue doing something that I'm passionate about, to give back, to help grooming talent, to also get people to understand and unleash the best of themselves, uh, and just be successful in whatever way that they can. Because all of us, we are different in our own way. So, and we have our strength, and I'm sure that we will be able to be someone um, exemplary and also excellent out there in whatever things that we do. So, a short brief about me. Is that enough, Mala? Then we'll go through.
Yeah.
You know?
You spoke about your childhood being a cleft person, right?
Yeah.
So and I think that's the beginning of the making of your story,
Yeah.
as I recall. So if you could share with us a little bit, what did it mean for you as a child
Okay.
to be in that state, in that condition, right?
Mm.
And how was your childhood? How did you cope with it?
Okay. So I wasn't born normal. I'm a cleft person. The cleft is not just inside, but also outside. So the whole part from the nose down is actually open. So when I was born, it was 70s. So, the technology might not be as good as now. So it took a week before my parents actually brought me to Penang to start looking for option of how exactly to improvise my situation. So I actually went for my first operation when I was 6 months old to cover the lips. Then when I was 18 months old, to do something on the palate part, so that whenever I eat, whenever I breathe, I'll be able to breathe and eat much better than before. So the journey continues. But one thing that when we are small, I don't realize until I started meeting people outside my comfort zone, because I'm always with my family, so they are very familiar to me. They know how I sound, my speech and all for them is normal. But then I realized that when I start going to school, to kindergarten and all, I have problem with my voice. Yeah, because people can't understand what I'm saying. People can't really get the things that I'm trying to explain to them. And being kids, usually what happens is kids being kids, they will laugh at you when they can't understand you. Pula cakap tak faham, what are you trying to say? I cannot understand, and they laugh at me. And I started to have that inferiority in me, really, really in me, saying that, why am I different? And I start trying not to be outside my comfort zone. I'm very, very comfortable being with people whom I know, especially my family, but not others. Whenever I'm with others, I will, have that inferiority, and I will try not to talk and avoid meeting people. So what happened is, when I was in standard one, I remember that, eating behind the pintu dekat sekolah, because I was so ashamed of myself. I'm not sure whether people are having that perspective of me, that the kids are having that perspective of me, but that is my life before, when I was having that situation. But what happened is, when I was 8 years old, that is my first turning point. The turning point is about trying to have self discovery, I think, and also trying to have that self belonging. I wanted to be able to feel belonging to others. So when I was 8 years old, I asked my mom a question, uh, kid's question. So saying that, why is God punishing me? Mengapa Tuhan hukum saya? Why am I not as as pretty as my sisters? Can speak really well like others, and people can't understand me. So why am I being punished? But the thing that has made that turning point is what my mom actually told me. Um, she mentioned that, you know um, God is God is actually very fair. So He created people equal. Everybody have their strength, and also everybody have their weaknesses. So, wahai anakku, my dear daughter, you go out there and try to find your strength, make the best of it. Try your level best to leverage on it and do all out on it. And if you know of your weaknesses, try to make sure that you'll be able to improve your weaknesses, and inshallah you'll be able to be just like other normal people. So that's the turning point where I start doing my SWOT, SWOT, SWOT analysis. I think Dr. Alia is very familiar with SWOT analysis. So trying to find myself, trying to really discover what am I good, what I'm good at. So I tried many things, including sports. And sports I tried everything. The netball, handball, hockey, whatever that I can play. Athletic. 100 meter, 200, 400, 1005, jump, long jump, high jump, whatever that I can jump. you know, you jump, I jump. Okay, and I discovered that I'm very good at sprinting and also jumping. And also, I realized that I can play sports pretty well, like netball during my younger days. So starting from standard four, I've actually started to represent the school, and then the district as well, for netball. And then sports, the running and also the sprinting, I started to represent the state when I was in primary school. And one thing that I realized, when you are good at something, people will have a different perspective of you, and I start getting friends. I struggled to find friends when I was small. And people come and seek for your advice, and people want to be your friends, and you start having that sense of belonging, because people start accepting you as you are. Trying to also make sure that I score all the way through for my result, for my exams, managed to always get top three in my batch, so that I'd be able to get accepted. Teaching people mathematics, I love maths during that time. I love writing songs and poems as well. So I wrote songs, nasheed and all, for the team to sing, but I cannot sing. So I discovered that I have strength, and with that strength, I know that I'll be able to be accepted by others. And that's where I always remember, when it comes to self discovery and also self belonging. One, it is very important for us to be able to identify our self strength, what are our strengths, and we need to really leverage on that. Secondly, understand our weaknesses. When we know our weaknesses, try to see how exactly we want to improve it to be able to be a better person. Thirdly, I practice discipline of action from small. In whatever that I want to do, I will make sure that I'll complete it, do it till the end. Whether or not you're going to be successful, do it till the end. Then only you'll discover whether you'll be able to do it well or not. So that is some of the discovery when I was in primary school.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you did so much of thinking when you were in primary. And I'm not too sure how many of us in primary school have thought beyond that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to just ask you to pause for a while, right?
Mm.
Because it's just amazing because I love the bit where you say you wanted to know why God did this to you.
Mm.
And I'm just thinking, like, your mom, oh my goodness, she actually said to you, that God is
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now as a child, right?
Mm.
As a child, and I am asking this question because I think I'm amazed at your mom's wisdom, and I'm amazed at your grace to accept this at a very young age. Because I think
Mm.
that's a major thing, right? About
Yeah.
acceptance of one's condition. Because on one hand, you are telling me the struggle of making friends, feeling, shame, not being able to put your whole self out, and this
Yeah.
you're experiencing as a child, right?
Yeah.
I think while many children go through that, but you had something an odd against you, right? So
Yeah.
on one hand, this is the reality that you're experiencing. On the other hand, you have your mom's voice that says, "Hello, God is fair," right?
Yeah.
As a child, how do you bring this together? Because you seem to
Mm.
have got it,
Yeah.
at the primary school. You seem to have lived your life in a way. Okay, my mom said this, I accept this, I'm just going to focus on my strength and move
Yeah.
on, and you went into sports, right? But I just want to understand, as a child, what do you remember? How did you reconcile the
Okay.
difficulties of the world
Yeah.
and the wisdom of spirituality, if I may call it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of the biggest hurdle uh, when I was a child is actually to accept the fact that I am different, because we are kids. So when I have that one-on-one session with my mother in feeling state, that's where when she mentioned that everybody is equal. It's only of us discovering ourselves, and when we discover we are actually equal with others. You may be having weaknesses on one hand because of your voice, but you might have other strength that you'll be able to excel and be exemplary. So you have to accept the fact. And that's where in anything that we do, when we fail or we think that we are we are facing difficulties, or we have not done well, first and foremost is to accept the situation. So when I actually get into that point with my mom, it's about accepting, yes, I'm different.
Mm.
Yes, I'm different, and I need to do something about it. I can just say, yes, I'm different. I just ignore it and just, okay lah, tak payah buat apa-apa. We don't have to do anything about it. But the real fact is actually, how do you want to ensure that you'll be able to then take action to be better? And I'm very, very happy to see how exactly the support system, especially my family, have been really supportive in terms of trying to make sure that I feel comfortable supporting me. And the other thing that my parents have always done is not really uh, trying to differentiate me with other siblings, because
Mm.
you get differentiated, and then
Mm.
that's where sometimes you feel manja, and then you don't want to do much of things because you think you have this privilege, but treat us equally, kena pukul and
Mm.
all as well. So you feel like you are part of the whole family, you are part of the community, because you are treated not differently, just the same like others. So it makes me, have that determination and also stronger spirit to ensure that I'll be able to do better and be more competitive with others lah. A lot of
You're
things.
saying that you never had special privileges because of your condition at home.
Not much lah, not much.
Okay,
And
hello. I
even
just if there was any special privilege, what it is?
sometimes my sisters, because I have three elder sisters. We
Mm.
are like, when I was one, they are 3, 4, and 5 years old, very close sisters. Kalau diorang kena pukul, maybe I get the exemption lah, at earlier point. That is the only thing. Because sometimes, we do all these naughty things juga lah. Curi ayam, curi ikan nak goreng, main masak-masak. Dulu during our time, bila main masak-masak, we masak betul. Curi beras and all, I joined them, but the three have to take the action of kena rotan and all. Usually I get that special privileges, that's all. But
nice.
the rest, but after I get to join, I get to school, I joined schooling, it's all the same treatment. I think it's all the same treatment. Yeah. I don't think they give any real special treatment to me. And at times, I feel like at one point actually I thought that my parents don't love me because I was sent to a boarding school. When I was 13, I was sent to boarding school. Yeah, quite happy that you get to go to boarding school. But thing is, I feel like they want me to be away. Then send me to boarding school. You stay there, and because I have to start my life again, or because I'm in a different community altogether. And when I'm in boarding school, everybody is level of intelligence is there already. So I lost one of my trump card. But the trump card that I carry with me throughout is actually sports, because I really love sports. And when I was in boarding school, I found another love, which is basketball. I love playing basketball to the max, And alhamdulillah, when I always believe that when you are really good at something, if you are passionate about something, you really have to do all out on it. And I managed to represent the country when I was in Form 4, playing for the Malaysian junior team when I was in Form 4, when I was 16 years old. So always believe that whenever you want to do things, do it all out, do it till the end, have discipline of action, and always focus. I think focus is very important. If you're focused in terms of what you want to achieve and the objective of life that you have, I think nothing else will beat you. I mean, you may not be the best in the world, but you'll be the best of yourself. Is important.
Thank you. So I'm just loving. I think there's been so many nuggets that I was not looking for that you've given, right? Faith, spirituality, self-acceptance, discipline, being treated as an equal, and your mom specifically holding you responsible for your choices in your life, and starting you off at a very early age with equal footing for yourself. I think that says a lot about the kind of mother that you have, right?
I have a very strong mother.
Yeah, I know. I know that you're looking after her now.
Yeah.
Now, so you tell me about your childhood, and you said you had this trump card. So you decided, okay, I'm having a slight disadvantage or a disadvantage with my voice, and your trump card was sports. Right. And I mean, you're obviously a great sportswoman. I must tell you that, I've never liked sports. So when I meet people who like what I don't like, I have a lot of admiration for them, because I don't know how you guys do it. So I'll park that aside. But what I want to check in with you, right? So you had this trump card as a sports person. And you also did say just now, which was very interesting, and I think it'd be very interesting for a lot of parents to hear this, for kids too, right? Yes. You said you had difficulty making friends, and then you became very good at sports, and then you realized that people wanted to talk to you and people wanted to be friends with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you obviously made some friends.
Yes.
Right? Now, tell me, how did it feel for you moving from not being able to easily make friends or feeling rejected to being in a space where people wanted to make friends with you, and because you were good at something? How did that shape you?
Yeah, feeling happy but awkward.
Tell me more about the awkwardness.
Because what happened is, because when you are not getting any attention at all, and people actually push you aside at some point, and then suddenly you become center of attraction, or people like looking at you as a model or wanting to really be with you because they wanted to learn from you and all. So at times you feel like, uh, is this a sincere friendship that is coming to you? But one
mm,
thing I realized is about never be judgmental of people,
mm,
uh, and we need to be humble. So I will always accept to everybody who want to be a friend of mine, and you realize that throughout the process, the good one will stay. Yeah, and even now, I have lots of good friends who stays very close to me as well. The good one will stay. The one who maybe are the fake ones will leave. And at the same time, you'll be able to also be learning from them, because I always trust that when the process of learning is not about just people learning from us, it is also about us learning from another person. And that's where, when we are humble enough, I always welcome people with an open heart, open mind, not judgmental. I kind of have this, I don't know whether sixth sense or what, always be able to feel people's vibes when they are near, whether it's positive, menarik or menolak kind of thing, kan? So it makes it easier for me to engage and communicate, because whether when it's positive, then you approach it differently. When negative, you approach it differently. Maybe that's another God's gift, that I'll be able to handle things pretty well. But one thing very very important is about feeling blessed.
mm.
Because earlier I feel like, I'm sad, nobody wants to be my friend, and then suddenly God gift, come, that you have friends, you are being appreciated, and you be able to really learn a lot of things from others. And your conversational might not be as good because people can't understand you well earlier, but now they started to be with you, and they are among your comfort zone already. So
Mm.
they started to learn how to really listen to me and understand what I'm saying. So truly appreciate all those effort being made by sincere friends, and even they are friend with purpose. But I truly believe that there's no harm being friend with anybody, so long as you can actually share and benefit each other in whatever way.
Yeah, it will take me, I don't know how long to understand the grace that you've had from, I think, from the point of birth right up to what you say as primary school, right?
Mm.
And to be able to embrace what life throws at you with so much of grace and so much of
Mm.
humility. I'm sure people who know you, and there are many people who have come in to say hello. I'm just going to say hello to them. Anyone who knows Azura, Raja Azura, will know she is humble. And, we often gossip about her being humble. So if you agree, yeah, give a thumbs up, send some love to Raja Azura. I'm just going to just say hello and read out a couple of things in case you've missed, right? The Cynthia Varghese, feeling blessed. Nice, Azura.
Yeah.
Very much.
Hi.
Yes. There's someone from LinkedIn. I don't see the name. Always positive vibes is what she says, right?
Yeah.
Wanted to. Shamini says hello.
Hi,
And
Shami.
yes, and I wanted to. Okay, this person is interesting. Somebody Mohammad Kuzaini wants to know whether you are wearing shorts. Mohammad Kuzaini, if you had watched the video, we had her in the shorts costume. And yeah, Dr. Wendy is here, first time here. So Wendy, thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, and Safina is excited because she's saying yes to basketball too,
Yeah.
right? Hi,
We played
Amuda, that's
together. Yeah,
my
we played. She's from
schoolmate.
SCF, Safina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
Vyasa, Mr. Oprah is here. You don't play, okay?
ooh.
Right. And I saw something from, let me see, Afik just now. Afik is a friend of mine. He says it's inspiring to see such display of strength when you picked yourself up from that spot. I wish for all of this for my young daughters. So
Mm.
now we know, right? We're half an hour into this chat. You've already inspired a father and many
Alhamdulillah.
other people
Yeah.
with your story. Now, let's go back to, so now you are in a boarding school. So you told us
Yeah.
about your childhood, the many surgeries you had to go through, the fact that speaking was not one of your gifts, And because your mom said God is fair, you decided to look for a gift and you found your gift in sports.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
Right.
Very.
And so with your sports, you were making friends, you were getting attention, and my
Mm.
goodness, your life was good
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Very
and
happy.
very happy, right?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
And then what happened?
Okay.
Because
Um,
we talk about, I think the highlight of the story I've heard of you is really, I mean, the love you have for sports, right?
yeah.
And then I understand that you actually made a choice that was really difficult. So tell us about that.
Okay. So what happened is when after I've actually done the two of the surgery, I have to meet the doctor quite frequently lah. So periodically, I have to actually met the doctors, the dentist, Dr. Fatima. So when I was in Sekolah Sri Putri in Kuala Lumpur, I was supposed to be in STF, but they moved me to KL so that it's easier for me to commute and meet the dentist on a monthly basis to see my condition. So they will always, I don't know, go meet dentist, okay, buka mulut tengok ya, okay, go home. Um, all the time. When I was in Form 4, at the top of everything lah, when I was in Form 4, suddenly Dr. Fatima was telling me, Azura, I think it's about time. And I said, about time of what? And then she mentioned about, I think it's about time to see whether there's any way of improving your situation.
Mm,
Uh, and she said she will recommend to bring me to Dr. Ahmad Ridwan in Hospital Kuala Lumpur to see what else can he do to help ensuring that my situation can be better lah. So it's not
mm,
just the voice at that time; it's also the structure of the skull lah. Sebab when you are cleft, sometimes your upper jaw is to the back and your lower jaw is actually to the front, much to the front. So
okay.
when you want to eat and all, it's pretty tough juga
Mm,
because of the jaw punya situation. So it's not aligned and all kan. So I went to meet Dr. Ahmad Ridwan when I was in Form 4, and then he said, okay, Azura, so I think we can start doing something lah, and we can do something about your situation.
mm,
But you have to undergo series of operations.
mm.
And then she said, so what do you think? And then my mother and father, my mother especially was like, oh tak payahlah doktor, hari tu masa kecil saya tengok dia dah menangis, saya dah tak tahan. Tak payahlah. Because they have seen me in pain, so they don't want me to go through another painful moment. But deep in my heart, if I don't do the operation, I will never discover. And like what I always say, when you want to do something, you do it to the end. And I say I need to figure out whether I should do it. I want to do it. So the next appointment when I met the doctor, Dr. Ahmad Ridwan, he was saying that, so Azura macam mana? I said, doktor, kalau my parents tak bagi sign untuk permission nak buat, I said wait until I can sign lah. Then I will still want to do the operation because
Wow.
I want to discover what can I do after.
Okay.
Not knowing at that junction, not knowing that they're gonna take something very precious from me. Yeah,
Okay, just kejap. So by this time, so you're 16 and your doctor is telling you need to go for a surgery, kan? But
yeah.
before that, between from birth right up to you were 16,
Mm.
um, how many surgeries have you?
Only two.
Only two. Okay.
Yeah, because they have to wait until everything is stable and have grown
Right.
well. Then only they'll be able to do another surgery on you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so and this is when the doctor felt it was right, and
Yeah.
you're 16 and put up now. So what does this surgery mean to you? So when your
Okay.
doctor says you need to go for this surgery,
Yeah.
what is the gift that your doctor thought you would have if this
Yeah.
surgery was successful?
Yeah. When he actually asked me why do I want to do all these surgeries lah, because he said not many at that time will be able to go through series of operation. Maybe one or two, after that they will leave lah. They will not come back and do it. So he was asking me why. So I was telling him there are few things lah. One is my voice. I want to have a good job. If I don't have a good voice, people can't understand me. Masuk interview, I don't know whether I can even get a job. That's one. Uh, And then two, because communication is very important. It's just not about getting job. It's about inferiority. I want to get away from that inferiority feeling that I have for the past 16 years. Because I think because the doctor said if the one of the outcome will be improving the voice.
Mm.
So the gift will be the voice.
Mm.
So for me, it's important because I want to get rid of the inferiority feeling. And thirdly, because I really love to sing, but problem I always, like what I mentioned, I wrote poems, I write songs, compose songs, people sing the song and all, but I can't. So I really wanted to also see whether, there's something great that I can do with my voice.
Nice.
Not knowing that the first operation then will take away my trump card because they have to take my hip bone and put it in between the upper jaw because that is the most
I think Azura is frozen a little bit. Okay, so I think Raja Azura is having maybe a little bit of an issue with her internet. So while waiting for her to come back, what we're going to do is I'm going to say hello to some of our friends who are here. Kartina, yes, we've got your request. Please sing. I will try and get her to sing. So Vyasa, welcome. Cheryl, okay. If you have any questions for Raja Azura, please put it up so that, we can get her. Okay, so she will be back shortly, I am very sure. And meanwhile, let's see whether you have any other questions, either for me or for Raja Azura. One word from everyone, what you've heard from Azura. Thank you, Shamini. So Shamini. Oh, Shamini Sudan. I thought it was Shamini Paramana. Hi, Sham. Sham is my partner from Singapore. Thank you, Sham. So one word from everyone about what you've heard from Azura. What's your one takeaway from Azura? You can put it up on chat so that it comes up. Yes, we are still waiting for Raja Azura to come back. She is trying to connect. Yes, Cheryl says foresight. Cheryl, I'm curious, is it foresight about her future? James, you need to answer the question. What's the one word you take away from Raja Azura? Thank you. Hey, Dion, believe in yourself. Yes. Believing in yourself. Yes, as you're putting down the word, I think we have got Azura. Thank you, Sham. Inner strength. Yes. And Zainal says acceptance and moving forward. Azura, are you good? Raja? I can see you. Can you speak? Okay. Okay. Raja Azura, are we good? Okay.
I'm back.
Says resilience. Yes. Listening to your inner self and being intuitive. Thank you very much. Okay lah. She said 2 words. Strength. Yes. Raja? Hi? Can you
Can't
speak?
hear.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you speak?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Okay, we're going to take you out and put you back because I think you have 2 devices. Self-belief. Aizan says strength. Yes. All of that. Oh my goodness. Raja, can you hear me now?
No, I can't.
Oh, you can't hear me.
But you can hear me.
I can hear you. But you can't hear me, so you won't be able to answer my question.
Voice is too loud.
Let me see. Okay, we all can hear Raja Azura, but she can't hear us. Okay, I'm trying again.
Yeah.
Raja, can you hear me?
She cannot hear.
Okay. We have to, yeah, okay. Wayhan is going to sort out your issue because let's see what we can actually do.
Reconnect back. Okay.
Okay, reconnect back. All right. So Raja Azura is going to come back and she is going to reconnect back. So for those who have joined us, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're enjoying the story. Our very own hero, Raja Azura. She is an amazing lady who's doing many things. Are you back?
Yes, and I can hear you now.
Yeah.
God heard our quiet prayers. Okay, you good? All right. Thank you
Sorry,
very
what happened? Suddenly,
much. Don't know what happened.
disconnected.
Okay. So we've lost 5 minutes of your story, and that's a lot of time. But you've inspired people on at many levels with the various stories. So welcome back, Raja Azura.
Yeah.
So the last bit that we were at, you were talking to me about your surgery at 16, where you decided you will go for the surgery with
Yeah.
until now, if your parents give you permission, or if not, you will wait, right? And what you said was interesting because you said, but the choice to do the surgery came with a heavy price, which is to give away your trump card.
Yeah.
Because it means that when you do the surgery, you may not be able to be the sports person. Is that correct?
Yeah. I can still play, but I cannot be as excellent as before. I mean, like when they took my hip bone, the recovery itself will take about 6 months for me to recover and start playing sports again. So I lost the opportunity to really perform to the max that I want because the dream is always representing the country in sports. I've done one for basketball, but I love long jump and few other events. I really want to actually play, at ASEAN level and all. I have to miss it when I was in school because from 5 you cannot go for Sukma and all. We are supposed to be studying in boarding school, so I missed some of the important events. But that will happen only when I start doing my surgery when I was in university. So starting from 16 years old to 18 years old is about preparing myself. So usually we will have to uh, wear braces because they have to start realigning your teeth and ensure that everything is in order before they start doing the operation. So my head mistress, Guru Besar in Strola Sri Putri, was really excited about seeing me playing basketball at international level. She even helped apply for university in the US, and saying that this is an opportunity for you to go and really fulfill your dream, play internationally. But then I have to make a choice. If I were to go there, I will miss out the surgery, and that's the sacrifice that I have to undertake.
Wow.
But one thing about decision, I will say this to many people: when we want to make a decision, it's always a decision of a lifetime. It's a decision of a lifetime. Um, so when I want to make that decision, in my mind is this lah: how long can sports bring me forward versus how long can the voice that I have bring me forward in life. I mean, like sports, usually, up till maybe late 20s, 30s, then you will not be as energetic or as good as before, especially when you are running and all again. But the voice, if I were to have the voice, that actually last me longer because of the career. The confidence level is different. It is going to make me a different me by having that voice because the inferiority will slowly go away from me. So I said, by all means, let's do this.
Wow.
So yeah,
Sorry, when you agreed for the surgery, was it definite that you would get your voice?
no, it's 50-50.
So you actually
That's what the doctor said. That's what the doctor was saying. Yeah.
you gambled your trump card, your only trump card,
Yeah.
with your best option available, which is you might get a voice.
Yeah, like what I said, if you want to do things, you do it till the end. Then only you
Whoa.
know. and you
So what's
cannot
clear?
regret. You cannot regret
Cannot
whatever
regret.
decision.
Sure. But
You
what
have,
is clear for me from what you're saying, from a very young age, you're really very wise, right? And just in this instance, right, what you're telling me is that everything comes with a price.
yeah,
A price comes with a
yeah,
price, right?
yeah,
And you seem very clear that you make choices that are long term. So
yes,
even though you don't know, how much of your voice, how this voice will be, where it will take you, but you were clear that it is the voice that is going to take you further than
mm,
you kind of running. And this, this choice came at the peak of your sports
yeah,
career, I would say, right? So
yeah.
it was, why did you have a choice of postponing it?
I have, but why do we want to postpone it?
Oh,
You mean, why do you want to delay things that will be able to make you better?
oh my goodness.
Yeah, for me,
I
yeah,
love you. I love you. I mean,
when,
the clarity at 16, my goodness, because at 16, we are looking at, this is what is going to give me the whole world is going to pay attention to me
mm,
being in international sports,
mm,
and you're representing the country,
mm,
right? And with all of that at stake, you decided, okay, I'm going to take a risk with the surgery and I might get my voice, all right?
yeah.
Whoa, thank you, thank you. Now, so tell me, after you came back from the surgery, how long was it before you found your voice?
Okay. I started actually going for the uh, third to eighth surgery when I was in university. So I was in University of Utara, Malaysia, from
Mm,
matriculation till the fourth year. So last time matriculation used to be 2 years, so 6 years altogether. I was quite lucky because I got to go on a fast track matriculation for 1.5 years instead of 2 years. Um, and every year I have a minor and one major, real major operation. And because of the major operation, the doctor mentioned to me that it will take quite a long time for me to recover. So
mm,
I decided to take 1 semester off from my study. So I
mm,
took 6 months off from my study away. And that's when the major operation happened. And during that time, I remember the doctor was saying that they can't do it one shot for the major operation. They have to do like a two-stager thingy, a preparation stage in one day, and then 2 days after that they will have to do the major operation. I was in ICU after the operation. The major operation took 8 hours for 3 days. That's where what happened is when they want to do the correction, they have to actually cut both jaws. So
mm.
both jaws actually being separated from the skull. They move the upper jaw to the front and the lower jaw to the back to just make sure that it can be arranged like the normal people in terms of the positioning.
Right.
And a lot of things that they've done as well lah. Tak sedar kan. When I woke up, I was in ICU. The mouth was actually shut down, shut was shut for a month actually. I can't eat, can't speak. My face like bloated, double the size and all. I wasn't advised to look at my face for 2 weeks. But after looking at it after 2 weeks, I decided not to look at it for another week, because I can't see myself in it during that time, yeah, bloated and all lah. My That time I realized that my mom really loved me because she was there for me every day at the hospital. After thinking that diorang tak sayang saya, letak dekat asrama, then now my mom came back and be with me for about a month in the hospital, supporting me through. And then I can't leave the hospital until the face is back to normal size. So during that time, I have to walk down, go jalan, exercise and all, meet young kids. Young kids look at me like alien, when your face is bloated and all, looking at you, bila nak pergi, buy some soap for me to drink through my nose. Masuk semua through nose and makan for a month. Um, then I recovered after a month. I was out. They cut all the wires, and I have to do more speech therapy as well. So I have to learn how to speak again after that because using the new jaw and voice that now I have is after the major operation, and right after that there are few minor operations as well that they have done to just do the correction. And at the same time, they wanted me. The doctor was asking whether I wanted to pursue doing my nose surgery. It's more for beautification lah, if I want to, kan? But I decided not to lah. Have enough of 6 surgeries, year on year, until I graduated. And here I am, being myself, the Azura that you have seen now lah. With this voice. And I'm really thankful. I feel very blessed. I think the support from my family, from my friends, writing to me when I was in the hospital and all. The encouragement was superb. The recovery took me 6 months to really get back to my own new self. Plus learning how to speak again.
Nice.
And that's where I find my confidence level has increased quite tremendously after. Yeah, quite
Nice.
tremendously after.
So tell me, was it worth it?
More than worth it, I think.
Really? Okay.
Doing the
So
sacrifice.
after all of this surgery and the pain and all that you've
Yeah,
experienced, the exchange of the trump card was worth it. So
yeah,
you gave away your sports trump card and you
yeah.
got your voice. Now you got your voice. How did your voice become your trump card?
Okay. This is where I always use the story of life that I have, and also the voice that I have for a different cause to motivate and also ensure that people would be able to learn about life. Because I always think that in every one of us, we have that own special thing in ourselves that we have not discovered. So I start doing motivational talk, encouraging those students, and also sometimes going to some of the offices also giving inspirational talk and motivating people to see that they will be able to do wonders if they know their strength. So that's where communication is easier for me because people can understand me better. And also I can sing after that, always go karaoke, practice how to sing and all that, and truly blessed that, with God's gift, I may lose that part earlier of my life, but God is very fair. He answered my prayer, divine intervention as well. I suppose it might not be 100% clear as normal people, but I'm blessed that people will be able to understand what I'm saying so that I would be able to always share stories, cascade all the motivational element and values out there to the people. You know, like
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. When I see you, it's like hug. But Azra, thank you so much. Now, so you go through all this surgery. Now you're telling me, this was worth it. And we have someone who is a LinkedIn user. I'm not too sure who this might be, Mangesh. Listening and watching your story, it's very clear God had a purpose for your life, and you're clearly intentionally purposeful.
Thank you.
I think
And my
this.
clear purpose as well is for what I get, is for me to also give back, and that is something that I really would like to do. Moving forward.
Nice. So one question. Now, I'm actually going to risk my relationship to ask Azura to sing. For if you want Raja Azura to sing, I need you to give her one good reason why she should sing for us today. So put it on chat. While you're doing that, I want to just check with you. All your experiences are like, I hope you write a book, yeah.
Hope I will.
I hope you will, right?
Yeah.
As you do that, how has all of these experiences shaped you as a leader? Now, before you answer that, I just want to let you know. There was one somebody whom I had met who spoke about you being an amazing leader at heart, right?
Oh,
And I know, I mean, I see you mingle in tulips, right? As well as in all the work, the common work, the social work that brings us together, and in every space that I see you are really so clear about who you are, and you stay humble, you stay grounded, and yet very very firm, right? So tell me, how has all of your life experiences shaped you as a person?
Yeah. I think when we talk about life, there are three stages of life lah. I always break my life to three stages of life. The first one is earlier when I start discovering and also having that self belonging. So having that confidence level, and this is me, and this is what I want to be, and all that. But the second one is actually about having self belief and also self esteem. So
Mm,
I get my voice again. When I get
mm,
my voice again, not again, when I get my voice now during that time,
mm,
it is about having that self belief that I can do wonders if I want to, based on
mm,
what the new gift that God have actually presented to me lah. And having that, I have few things that I learned throughout the second turning point. One of it is whenever you want to do things, turn ordinary things to be actually extraordinary things lah. So in whatever that you do, do ordinary things extraordinarily. So if you want to really, be a good speaker, do it extraordinarily. Find that niche of yourself that you'll be able to be different from others. So you
mm,
can be extraordinary in whatever that you want to do. And that it is about prioritizing what you want to do. There are thousands of things that you want to do as a person and also as a leader lah. So I'm very clear about doing high impact work, but with lesser number of activities. So whenever there are lists of things that I want to do, prioritization is very important. Prioritize what you want to do, and
mm,
so that you'll be able to create impact out there.
mm,
And we need to always acknowledge that in whatever things that we do, sacrifice is required. You cannot get everything that you want.
mm,
So you can never get everything that you want. And from there, I learned that when you want to be a leader with the heart, it is
mm,
important that whenever you want to do things, you
mm,
cannot drive your, yourself by power or authority that you have.
mm,
It needs to be driven by positive intent. It needs to be driven by nawaitu. It's not
mm,
about having power because
mm,
you're leader, you're a CEO or whatever, you want to use your power to do things. It's not.
mm,
It's
mm,
about the intent of what you want to do. It needs to be very clear and sincere so that
mm,
things can be, the tenacity will be there to push things through
mm.
and get done. And then I learned about also ensuring that whatever that you're passionate about is the best thing that you can turn to profession.
Passion
To
into
profession.
profession.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's very important. Whenever you have the opportunity, and when I know that I have the opportunity, yes, I'll
nice.
do the best of my passion to ensure that it can be a profession. And most importantly, in what you want to do, the end game cannot be your mission. The end game is other people's successes.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it cannot be for
you
yourself.
turn your passion into a profession, but not for your benefit. The end game is the people who are benefiting.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you see that as your vocation? Ibadah.
Yeah, that is how I see it because and I always believe about divine intervention. You do
Mm,
great things will come back to you.
mm,
And when your intention is very clear, it's about trying to get people to be better, trying to get people to be successful. All
mm,
God bless, the great things will also happen.
mm.
So if you believe on divine intervention, I think this is where the spiritual thingy will come into play lah. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
spiritual thingy will come into play. You do good deeds, and then good things will happen to you as well. Will come into the picture. And the other bit that I learned as well throughout the journey as a leader, if you really want to be an honorable leader, you want to be a respective leader, a respectful leader, you
Mm,
need to be able to say that I am dispensable.
mm,
I want to be there as the
mm,
leader forever, so
mm.
that one person you will then start grooming people to take over your role. That
Right.
is an honorable
So
leader.
don't hold on to what you're good at. So Be passionate, turn
Yeah.
your passion into your profession.
Yeah.
Serve a mission, serve a vision,
Yeah.
serve a purpose, because
Yeah.
you've been called to do that, by divine forces,
Yeah.
and divine forces are leading you there, but don't get stuck there. That's what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are supposed to groom other leaders to take over and build better future. We can't be there forever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we need to have that in mind that we will be dispensable.
Right.
We need to
So we
let
all
go of
are. We
something.
all are dispensable, but some of us
Yeah.
think we are indispensable or try and make ourselves indispensable, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So now that's great about leadership, and I know you do so much for the communities around
Mm.
you. I want to
Yeah.
talk about it before we end, but before that, right? Do you feel a call in your heart to sing for us?
Uh, is there anybody who would like to, you know, request me to sing? Ada ke?
Hey, Rama, request
Oh
there's been a
yeah.
lot of requests, right? So yeah, guys, she's thinking that you've not requested enough. Can you say
Uh,
sing, 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 please?
oh, okay,
You want to
Cynthia.
sing? Yeah.
I see
So
Cynthia. I say,
yes, please. Okay, Far says, please sing for us. Who else?
okay.
Kirtana says, please sing for us. Siapa lagi cakap tadi? Cynthia has been waiting forever. Christiana from all the way from UK says, please sing for us.
Oh,
God's gift to you. Okay, lah. She already said God's gift, so just sing, lah.
okay.
Oh,
In
okay. Gerard Fernandez, I have to say this. This is a wonderful friend of mine. He says you're blessed with a voice. Show weight off.
all
And
right.
Safina says sing. Lechmi says sing our fight song. I don't know what you have between Lechmi and you, but sing us a song, because there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people who want you to sing. We want to hear the voice you paid such a high price.
Okay. Okay. I've chosen a song which I think is very inspirational.
Okay.
One Moment in Time.
Okay.
This is singer. Yeah. I think when you listen to the song, it's a familiar song lah. Not the
All right.
whole song, maybe three phrase of the song from the chorus. You're a winner for a lifetime. If you seize that one moment in time, make it shine. Give me one moment in time when I know that I thought I would be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm ready with destiny. Then, in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity, and I will be free. Habis.
Thank you. Oh, for the full versions, please invite Raja Azura to any spaces that you want people to be inspired, because she is the singing motivator. Right now, oh my God, Safina feels like crying. Aizan is tearing up. I am holding up. Thank you, Raja Azura. So let's
Pleasure.
talk how you're using this gift of your beautiful voice that you paid such a high price for, because we take the voices that's given to us for granted.
Yeah.
And when I say voice, I don't mean this voice. We all are given gifts, and not many of us take our gifts as seriously as you do. Here you are, having paid a high price to get this voice of yours in exchange of the trump card of your sports. Now, how are you using us? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with this, how you are, inspiring people, making shifts in people's life, in the work that you do. So tell us what you're doing right now.
Okay. After I actually left Yayasan Peneraju, that's my third turning point is actually try to think about what I really want to do. I love working with the youth. I love nation building. I love giving back. And that's where I said I want to take a step back and think about what exactly that I want to do. So that's where I start involving myself with tourist movement earlier, and also doing part-time MBA, thinking about really going back into the education line later on, because I really want to see how exactly I would be able to contribute there.
Mm,
Uh, Not just about putting my ideas, but also in action, helping the youth to really go soar to the greater heights. I think it's very important to make sure that they be able to understand yourself, know what they are good at, know their strength, that they'll be able to be great leaders, understanding what they will be able to do differently from what they are doing currently. Um, and also, there are quite numbers of giving back activities that I'm doing as well. During Ramadan, Alhamdulillah, recently I closed my Ihya Ramadan program with 120,000 fund raised from friends and families. I'm very, very blessed. Uh, Giving, hopes, and also uh, assisting so many on the ground, not just the Muslim during Ramadan, because I
mm,
feel that Ramadan is for all. We help
mm,
some of the non-Muslim uh, families as well, and also homes, to make sure that they be able to benefit from what have been gathered during Ramadan. Um, um, I just love giving back, but one thing now I'm moving from corporate person to becoming working with an NGO, not really NGO, the Yayasan, with the foundation. And first Ramadan actually I launched I commit myself to a social entrepreneurship work. One of the program that I'm going to be doing is Scholar Lab. That
Holiday.
Scholar Lab, yeah, that is about getting the young kids to understand what they are good at a very beginning part of their age. Around they can start looking at that at the age of 10, and starting to really learn how to have resilience in life. I think life skill is very important. Learning from what I have experienced, that is something that I really wish to share with these kids, with the youth, of how exactly they will be able to instill really resiliency in themselves, understand what they are good at. I think that's very important, so that they'll be able to move forward to be a greater person. Technical skill, usually you will be able to learn through times.
Mm,
But what I think most important is to ensure that they be able to have that uh, life skill, because life skill will be able to actually get you to become a greater person. You know, the values that you need to carry in yourself, the learning skill. What kind of learning skill that you are good at? Not
mm,
everybody can actually learn by visual. Some is
mm,
auditory. So
mm,
so you need to understand the best of you to
mm,
be that exemplary or extraordinary person lah. So that is something that I'm working on Scholar Lab. Scholar Lab, there are two prong now. One is actually to serve the public, and also the other one is actually to give back through some work that we are doing
mm,
as well. With we'll be working with some foundations and all, to help the B40 who may not be able to get this skill.
mm,
We will be working with some parties to make sure that we will have some fun to get them to go through the whole program. Yeah, that's
mm.
something that I'm doing currently. Also, doing some leadership development program, motivational talk. Feel free to call me if you need some assistant out there to motivate people and to sing also. Yeah, yeah. One
It
of the
comes
things that
in a package.
come with the package.
So you do all the things that you do really well. By the way, singing is a bonus, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Nice. So tell me, why is this work with life skills for people? All the work that you do for B40 groups. I absolutely love the way you are very inclusive in your community building, which is not just for the Muslim community. That's what I have loved and admired about you, because I think if we want to build one nation, our Malaysian nation, we all need to think
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
I've seen you very closely walk the talk. You inspire me, and you help me to remember I'm a Malaysian, right? So but you leave a very comfort spaces to come and explore what you call another transition of your life right now,
Yeah.
and you're working with young people, you're working with the B40. Why is this work important for you? What does it mean for you?
Yeah. I want to be able to get people to learn what I've learned throughout my life, so that they be able to be better than me. Because I always trust that whenever people, the youth, will be able to identify their strength much earlier, they can do wonders. And the lack of things that I am seeing on youth now are the life skills.
Mm,
The life skill is something that we really need to embrace within the youth, the B40 as well, to make
mm,
sure that they have that resilience to really be competitive in such a global world. A global world. I think that is very important. And for me, moving forward with very competitive environment, if life skill is not being built strong enough within the youth, they are the hope for Malaysia. And like what I said, whatever that we do is not about ourselves. It's about the betterment of others, and about the society and also the country that we want to build beautifully. And the reason why I took MBA, and hopefully I'll be able to also pursue further. Uh, God bless. Maybe doing my PhD or DBA. Because I wanted to ensure that I would be able to contribute in whatever way to change the landscape of their education, and also to get all this the youth to be able to be built in terms of their resiliency, uh,
mm.
and bring the country forward. That is what we need currently. The youth is our hope to make sure that the country can really go forward and
Nice.
fly and soar high.
We have a dream, we have a common dream, which is why
Yeah,
we right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing with us. So for
my
people
pleasure.
who are looking for a great speaker, a miraculous story, a story of strength and grace that comes together, you have met a hero who walks among us right here in Malaysia, Raja Azura. Please be in touch with her. We will put her LinkedIn contact later. For those who are still trying to connect with her, and if you have difficulty, know that you can connect with me and ask me, so that I can connect you to Raja Azura. I hope this 1 hour. So I want to thank all those who have joined us. This is the first time we are trying a 6 o'clock slot, because
Yeah,
we are at the conference, right? And and we're looking at how many people who are going to tune in. But for those who have tuned in, you tuned in. I know, because you know Raja Azura, and you know the amazing life that she lives, because she talks her walk and she walks her talk.
inshallah.
And that's exactly how we all have experienced Raja Azura. Now, Raja Azura, I'm going to go to what I call a rapid fire. Are you
Okay.
ready? Yeah, Ci. Tak adalah susah sangat. Okay.
Hmm.
So for those who have joined us, thank you very much. Stay tuned for another 10 minutes. We're going to see what Azura has got to say on top of her mind. Put it on chat. What you've got out of it. What kind of people you like to meet in the future. Do you have inspirational stories? People who walk among you that we can bring out here. We are looking for imperfect lives, but perfect stories like Raja Azura. So tell us, keep it coming. Tell us what you want now. While you're doing all of that, Raja Azura, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So rapid fire, whatever I say, you just finish the sentence, lah, huh? Okay. Imperfection is
Complementing your strength. Complementing strength of others.
right. I feel whole when
I'm doing good deeds to others
I am blessed.
every moment of my life.
Pain is
Pain. Oh,
pain.
pain. Pain. Oh.
PAIN, sakit.
Pain is when I see others suffer.
If I had the magic wand,
I want to bring Malaysia back to greater heights.
disability is
When you yourself see yourself of not able to do things, when you can actually do it. When you don't have trust in yourself to do it, that's disability.
my dream.
Is to make Malaysia a country that will be proud of by the world.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you very much, Raja Azura, for spending this 1 hour 15, or to be precise, 17 minutes with
My
us.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you very much for saying yes. Thank you for sharing such sacred stories of your life with us. Know that you would have inspired many already, but many more to come. I really want to wish you all the best, and I
Thank
am
you.
looking forward to bumping into you, to hear you sing, to be inspired all over again. But first, we need to stay safe and get through this phase.
Yeah.
And all the young people who are going to be inspired, by you, we know that you're not there by accident. I am grateful that this is your ibadah, your
Yeah. This is part
vocation,
of my
and
ibadah, definitely.
I'm very grateful you made that exchange of your voice so that we and our children and the nation will be better, because we had one beautiful soul in Malaysia called Raja Azura.
Thank
With
you very
that,
much.
thank you very, very much. Stay blessed and keep safe.
Thank you very much, Mala, for the invitation. Thank you very much for all who actually tuned in to listen to my story. And please trust yourself that you are an exemplary and excellent person personally. Maybe you have not discovered your strength. I trust that you will discover and you'll be able to soar high and be better, even better than me, and better from some other uh, extraordinary leaders out there. So stay blessed, stay safe, take care. Thanks a lot again, Mala. Love to be with you always. And take care. Take care all.
Thank you. I love you. All right, so that was Raja Azura. Please connect with her if you're on LinkedIn. If you have spaces where you need people to be inspired, you now know you have one more speaker who walks among us. Raja Azura, great story, great grace. With that, signing off, this is Malar. Thank you very much. Keep your comments coming. Special thanks to all my lovely friends who are always here to support me. I can't name you because there are just too many. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Stay safe until I see you next week. Next week, I am bringing a mother who's become an author because she believes reading can change lives. So if you want to know how reading can change your life and how it has transformed one young lady's life who is an amazing mother and who's doing a lot of things with her reading, join me next week. We'll put up the timing soon. Till then, have a great weekend. Signing off. This is Malar from Hearts and Minds Development Center. Good night.